hearing for the budget and appropriations ordinance at 7 o'clock. So can we please call the roll?
Riley.
Here.
Foils.
Here.
Corkin. Tillman.
Here.
Callahan.
Here. So this is a public hearing as required by law to allow the public an opportunity to speak based on the budget that we have posted for the past 30 days, something along those lines, give or take. So we are opening up the floor for questions from the public.
Do you want to say when it was published in the paper?
It was published last Tuesday, whichever date that is, because I don't remember the time I had, on the Kingman Chronicle. And I do have the certified publication in my office.
Last Tuesday was the 14th.
Thank you.
Has there been any questions from the public thus far?
No, there have not been any
Okay.
questions.
So seeing that there is no public comment, I will close the public hearing at 7:01.
We need to have a motion to do that? Adam?
Yes. Motion?
So moved.
Motion by Tillman, second by Foils. Voice vote or roll call?
Voices.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. So I will call to order the regular board meeting of the Batavia Park District for May 21st, 2013 at 7:01. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Any items to be added, removed, or changed on the agenda? I did add on my agenda, under executive session 2C5 land acquisition for discussion purposes. Is there any other alterations?
Yes, what needs to be removed is approval of minutes for executive session, April 15th, 2013.
So we will strike item number B from the consent agenda. All right. And
Presentations.
yeah, presentations we will postpone till next month.
Great. Other than that, no other changes.
All right. So I would entertain a motion to establish the consent agenda as follows. Approval of the meeting minutes for the regular board meeting of April 15th, 2013. Approval of the paid expenditures, unpaid expenditures, treasurer's report. Approval of purchases and adoption of the prevailing wage ordinance number 325.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Tillman, second by Riley. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Riley.
Aye.
Foils.
Aye.
Corkin. Tillman.
Aye.
Callahan.
Aye, motion carries. I would entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as established.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Foil, second by Tillman. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is item number 10, matters from the commissioners. Anybody wishing to?
Guest matters. Well,
What?
you forgot guest matters.
But there's nobody out there.
Well,
Okay, guest matters from the public, seeing none, moving on.
I don't want the public to have every opportunity to speak. We certainly invite them.
Running into the light. I got something.
You never know. Comcast is going to figure that out one of these days. All right, then, item number 10, matters from the commissioners. Anybody wishing to have any comments here tonight?
Yes. On Sunday was the dedication for the Frisbee Golf. I wanted to commend staff on an excellent job setting all that up. Some of the feedback I got from people who use golf, Frisbee golf all the time is Batavia has something extremely unique. And one of those things is the fact that there's that board out front with the layout of the course. It's unheard of for Frisbee golf. And it's an excellent touch that almost floored my son. I've never seen him speechless like that. So it was It's a
That's
very,
great.
it's a very nice touch. It's something that he took a picture with his camera.
Wow.
And he's now, he's like, anytime I'm on the course, I could just look on my phone because I took the picture of it and I know where I have to go.
And that's exactly what we're hoping people will
Right.
do.
And actually, it's interesting because in the skills thing that we did, one of the things they talked about was the way you know to go to the next course is they usually have a different color on one of the posts of the hole pointing you towards where the next tee box is. Well, you don't need that. So very nice touch and very nice job. So
Great feedback, thank you
Yep.
very much. And a compliment.
And the other feedback I heard from one of the pros, who is an old friend of mine, the fact that it's an 18-hole course is very unique for this area. And, I know the foundation had to make some decisions on whether to go 9 or 18, whether to go 9 and put all the permanent tee boxes in or do 18, and I think they went the right way.
Yes.
Yeah,
I certainly
I
did.
agree.
We really appreciate their support.
So there aren't a whole lot of 18-hole courses around, and the public likes it.
Nice work.
excellent
Yeah.
work. Excellent work.
No, all of you, no, really.
Everybody.
And to the commend the Parks Foundation as well
Yeah,
for
definitely.
the fundraising.
Thank you.
And I believe they are still selling hole sponsorships, if there are any businesses
think so.
interested.
Yes, they are. Yep. And if anyone's interested, they can contact the Batavia Park District and we will guide them to the proper channels.
Wonderful. Anybody else? Any other comments? All right, great. Moving on. Correspondence, we had several. 1 minute here to get to it. So we had 3 pieces of correspondence. One thank you note from Anderson Animal Shelter, a letter from Batavia Youth Baseball, and an incoming email from Carl Dinwiddie on behalf of the Batavia VFW regarding the Batavia District Spirit Cheer Team that won second place at the Loyalty Days Parade. So congratulations to them. Next item on the agenda is announcements.
Okay. Drum roll, please.
Mark your calendars for the upcoming Super Savvy Senior Expo on Wednesday, June 5th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Eastside Community Center. This healthy living, active lifestyle event is geared toward educating and entertaining ages 50 and up. Check out the interactive exhibits in the areas of health, travel, entertainment, improving daily life, and much more. For more details, please visit bataviaparks.org. Admission is free, and this year, the first 100 visitors do receive a complimentary tote bag. Splash into summer at Hall Quarry Beach. Be sure to take advantage of discounted rates on season passes before prices increase on June 1st. Stop by the Civic Center or Eastside Community Center during regular business hours to purchase your passes. After an extensive renovation, Memorial Park will be rededicated on Sunday, June 2nd at 1 p.m. Stop by to celebrate with a ribbon cutting and refreshments. Then stick around for family-friendly activities, including a kids' fun run, a dizzy bet race with the Kane County Cougars mascot Ozzie, and a family fruit fling. For more information, please call us at 630-879-5235 or visit bataviaparks.org.
Thanks, Carrie.
Carrie, did you want to elaborate on the fruit fling? I saw a lot of eyebrows raised.
I was going to do that in my staff report.
Perfect.
Well, guess what? That's the next item on the agenda. So first of all, is there any staff wishing to provide any updates on their staff reports?
I'll go ahead and kick us off then. So I have been trying to bring this fruit fling to Windmill City Festival for years, but it's just, the space just isn't suitable for it. So it's an event I've done before, and basically, we're gonna do it in teams of 2. So a family can come out. If there's 6 people in your family, you can do 2, 2, and 2. So we're gonna have like a kiddie pool in a big, we're gonna use the fields, 2 of the softball fields. And out in the fields, there will be a bit like a kiddie pool or some center bullseye, and then circles around it, basically creating a bullseye. So we use our big slingshot, and we're gonna come up with a couple different pieces of fruit, basically. We'll decide after staff tests it out. Two people will each choose a different piece of fruit. We're thinking about possibly putting them in a bag and having them draw so you don't get a choice, basically. And then you fling the fruit at the circle, and there are different point values. So if you make it in the kiddie circle or the kiddie pool, it's 6 points. The outer circle would be maybe 2 points, and the highest score wins, basically. It's a lot of fun to do. It's a lot of fun to watch. It's just a neat event. We have the big space to do it.
It's messy.
I've got to ask, where do you get a giant slingshot?
We have one. We have a couple.
I know. I'm saying, where do you get one, and do you just happen to have one lying around?
Slingshots are us.
I mean,
Oh, like the ones I use at the
We got some from the Incredibles.
Yeah, we have one
Yeah.
like that.
okay. Wow. I thought I didn't. That's cool. How did I not know this? I would love that. I would love to-
Are those the kind
Well,
of
see,
food
you'll
they
have to
shoot
bring your
t-shirts at?
family out
They-
and
they
try
do.
it
I
out.
didn't realize that you could just buy those. That's awesome.
I mean, it sounds like everything's big, right? Big targets, big slingshot.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Big fruit. I think the points got to start at 100.
Yeah. I love this idea.
6 points just sounds so whippy.
It's gonna be like watermelons, oranges.
I think it's a great idea. It sounds
It's
a lot
so
of
much.
fun.
It's so much
Yeah,
fun.
pineapple.
So I'm really excited to finally
Watermelons.
get to do it.
Excellent.
So this was the perfect opportunity, like the perfect
Yeah.
perfect kind of event to try it at.
Yeah.
So
Super.
and then we'll do the kids fun run as well, and then we'll do the Dizzy Bat race. So. And then I also just wanted to highlight that one thing that I actually forgot to include it in my report. The state IAPD, the Illinois Association of Park Districts, they have their magazine that's statewide, and I'm actually going to be writing an article on the quarry in that will come out in the July issue. So it's a very lengthy article. So I've met with a couple different staff to get lots of background. We'll focus on the history and then kind of take it through when the park district took it over, and then present day with the renovations and everything, and then changes for this year, and give some stats and stuff, and highlight the quarry. So we'll have lots of photos and a nice big spread, 1,200 to 1,500 words worth.
Yeah,
Wow,
it's
great.
such a unique venue too. I think
Yes.
it's going to capture a lot of attention.
They wanted to focus, they wanted a unique aquatic facility versus just a pool, which is it's what they typically focus on. So
Awesome.
Pretty cool.
Anyone else?
Some few recreation highlights. As Carrie stated, the quarry opens June 3rd, and on June 1st, on June 3rd, we have 8th grade day, which we always host every year. Even though the quarry's already open, we did the same format last summer, and it seemed to work out well. They usually arrive around 10, and then they're usually gone by 1 or 1:30, so there's very little impact to the rest of the community. So that'll be on June 3rd. Windmill City Fest is only about 6 weeks away, so we're in the final stages of trying to put that all together and getting everything ready for that. We had Touch a Truck, which is a really popular event for preschoolers. We had that last Friday. We had really good weather. We had probably somewhere between 250 and 300 people there. We had about, I think, 13 to 15 vehicles that kids could climb on, touch, crawl around on, so they really had a good time with that. And then two of my staff, as part of their goals this year, were to get CPRP certified, so they took that test at the end of April and successfully passed that, so we're happy about that.
Who was that?
Amber and Kristen.
Congratulations to them.
Yep. So, thank you.
Anyone else?
Carla?
I just wanted to give a, excuse me, a quick update about the Civil War events that we're planning for this year. And we're heavy working on our quilt show and the arts and crafts fair for Windmill City Fest. But we'll be starting at the end of June with our first Civil War exhibit. And we have several of the groups that are reenactors that are providing us with wonderful artifacts, things that the kids will be able to put on a Civil War uniform, that kind of thing, when they come into the museum. So we'll be starting at the end of June with our first exhibit, which is a day in the life of a Civil War soldier. And we'll be following that up with another exhibit at the end of August, and that one will be on the medical corps and the treatment of soldiers during the Civil War. And then our reenactment will take place that first full weekend for 2 days on the Riverwalk. So we're very excited about it. We have tons of people that are just so excited about this. These reenactors are great to work with. I think it's going to be a great event. And then, of course, we do have the quilt show coming, which will, this is...
Just the quilt show.
Yeah, it's just
right?
quilt show. It's a 3-day show. And I am making a little change this year, so be prepared. We've always had People's Choice, but we also have a Mayor's Choice. And we've decided that this year, it should be our board that chooses that particular quilt. So we would like one or two of you, or all of you, to attend and choose that special quilt that does receive a ribbon. So
Excellent.
Okay.
And you'll be
touch
amazed.
bases with all of you and anybody that can come and bring your family.
gloves?
We won't make them wear white gloves.
But you'll be amazed by the transformation. Carla and her core group of volunteers, Carrie's one of them, even former employees like Bev Kuhn.
Yeah,
she's
Bev
got
and
a
Chuck.
core group of 6 volunteers, and they just transform Shannon Hall like no other. You'll just absolutely be amazed.
Actually, the entire East Side community.
Or the East Side Center, yeah, that's right. It's not just Shannon Hall.
But we will, and we do have a special Civil War display that will be part of that show, and we will have a few of the reenactors there that weekend in uniform for the show. So we're tying it all together.
That's awesome.
So it should be really pretty cool.
Super.
And so the reenactment is going to be in August? Is that?
No, the actual reenactment will be the first full weekend in September, after Labor Day.
And Carla has applied for a grant, so we're just in the wait
Yeah, so
and
we're
see
just in
mode
a
right now.
waiting game right now. But we have people that we've talked to already, so if we don't get the state funding, we're still going ahead with the event. We'll just find another way to fund it. So.
Great.
And as staff reports, I actually do want to introduce Trevor officially. I know he met you guys in the web focus group, but just for BATV land. This is Trevor Bauer. He's our very first summer marketing intern. So if you just want to give a brief, your degree and things like that.
Thanks, Carrie. Well, I'm Trevor Bauer, as she said, and I just graduated from Aurora University with a communication degree. What I'm really looking forward to do is just build my work experience and also help out with the Park District in whatever way possible. I think it's a great opportunity, and I look forward to working with all of you. So, thank you.
Great. Welcome.
Welcome.
And you do not need to stay for the rest of the meeting.
Did you see the smile on his
Yeah. I saw the smoke cloud.
Thanks, Trevor.
Only if your boss stays, that's the only thing I have to consider.
President Callahan, could I give you a
Absolutely.
brief update?
Please do.
I had put in my report that the Riverwalk fountain was up and running for this season, but at this time, it is not and will not be running for the holiday weekend. Unfortunately, it had experienced some water damage during the rain and floods situation, and we thought we had been able to dry out the pumps enough, but the bearings overheated and they are not working properly, so it will not be up and running for this weekend. And then Jeff alluded to the fact that the quarry is going to be open on time, and we will have the pool filled to capacity with water by the end of this week, and then beginning the filtration and water chemistry practices in preparation for Jeff and Amber have scheduled a in the water guard practice next Tuesday. So things are looking very good in the water area, and then by the end of this week, first part of next, we'll be starting to do some of the landscaping and getting it really spruced up for the opening day of June 1st.
Great. I have some extra wetsuits if they need them.
They may.
Well, and commend your whole crew for all the cleanup with that flood, because it was, it's what, that 100-year flood for the second time in 5 years?
Thank you for saying that.
But I know they worked really hard to clean up the mess, and
Yeah, we
getting
did
the
put in
quarry
long
open on
hours,
time
and-
is a big deal.
I will pass that on, thank you.
Well, beyond the quarry too, I mean.
Yeah.
Woodard,
Clark Island.
Yeah.
all that stuff, so, nice work.
You never underestimate the power of water.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, some months nobody talks, this month everybody talks. I just wanted to bring it up. We have a bid that we're going to be opening on Thursday for an HVAC replacement project. 2 furnaces here from 1989, rooftop, and 6-unit ventilators at the other side of town that were from 1995. The project's going very well. We've got like 12 or 13 bidders, plan holders at this point in time. This is going to be one where we have to move on it rather quickly, so we will be doing kind of a different process in that we'll open the bids and then contact you with the information, ask for a consensus, and then we will move forward with the contract and then ratify it at next month. So you will have an opportunity, but we will get to you just as quickly as we can after the holiday to get this. There's an issue with the lead time on the equipment. It's why we have to do it, a lot of intense stuff right up front, and then we're going to wait for like 8 to 10 weeks before the equipment shows up. So we're going for the first 2 weeks of August for the install. That's the 2 quietest weeks of the summer for the East Side Center especially, so.
Staff will contact you in groups of 2 or less to get your consensus.
There we go, 2 or less. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you.
I'll write that down.
Anyone else?
2 or less.
Anyone else?
Note to self.
Board, any comments on staff reports?
No.
I just have one comment, Jeff, and that is, this past Christmas, I gave my wife a Christmas gift that had a photograph of Sean and Colin in it. And it was the best photograph of them with Chris, and it was inside the ambulance at Touch a Truck.
Aw.
So, it was an awesome photo, so.
Awesome.
My pleasure. Okay, next item on the agenda is Executive Director's Report. Allison, do you have any updates for us?
Yeah, well, first of all, I really want to commend staff because, they're being very proactive with scheduling and planning ahead. But, like Commissioner Foyles alluded to with the flooding, there have been, some things with Mother Nature that, have kind of put staff in a curtail of sorts. But staff's been reacting really positively to it and really moving forward with plans regardless of, serendipity. So I just would like to remind the board, again, that Sunday, June 2nd, I would like to have your presence at the Memorial Park dedication. Sunday, June 2nd at 1 p.m. And if we could maybe even have you be the first fruit slingers, have a competition just amongst commissioners to see who can tally up the most points. Also, on a professional and personal note,
I'm sorry, what time is it?
At 1 p.m. on June 2nd.
Thank you.
On Friday, June 28th, I'll be graduating from the University of Chicago's Booth School of Management. It's the Chicago Management Institute. So I'll be earning a certificate from the Accelerated MBA program. So thank you to the board for giving me the opportunity. And I've been able to apply quite a few techniques, and staff has been my guinea pig on some of those. But it's been a really neat experience, and I appreciate the opportunity.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And you are invited to attend if you'd like to, but not obligated. And that's a wrap.
Great. So, next item on the agenda is postponed till next month. So, I would like to reorder these. So I'd like to do the oath of office for newly elected Park Board Commissioner Tara Gray first.
Okay.
So you guys gonna do it at the podium?
Yep. If you would join me. And then, John, you'll have to do the name swap with the nameplate for her.
Oh, right, okay.
So she's heard from Nicole and
Right,
here.
right.
All right. Yep. And then I just need your right hand up. And then just repeat after me. Oh, this could be fun. I, Tara Gray. having been elected to the office
having been elected to the office
of Park Board Commissioner
of Park Board Commissioner
of the Batavia Park District
of the Batavia Park District
in Illinois Municipal Corporation,
and Illinois Municipal Corporation,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully execute the duties
and that I will faithfully execute the duties
of the office of Park Board Commissioner
of the office of Park Board Commissioner
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Great, thanks.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And she turned into Sarah.
Thanks.
That was a good time. My turn.
You have this memorized by now, right?
No, I do not.
16 years. I, Pat Callahan,
I, Pat Callahan,
having been elected to the office
having been elected to the office
of Park Board Commissioner of the Batavia Park District,
of, having been elected to the office of the Batavia. What?
having been
Wait a minute,
elected.
do we need a Chief Justice here?
Wow.
You can just read it.
Inside joke.
I'm gonna start this all over.
That's fine.
I,
Edit that.
Pat Callahan, having been elected to the office of Park Board Commissioner of the Batavia Park District and Illinois Municipal Corporation, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America and the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of Park Board Commissioner according to the best of my abilities. All right. That was fun. So next item on the agenda is the annual nomination, a slate of candidates for the board officers and appointments. And if you hang with me one second. So I will open up the floor for nominations for officers first and then board appointments. So I would open up the floor for nominations for president of the park board.
Nominate Pat Callahan.
I second that.
Okay. Any other nominations? No other takers?
Going once.
You can't give it.
Let's go quick.
All right. So I will close nominations for president. So I will open up nominations for vice president.
I'll nominate John Tillman.
Second.
Any other nominations? All right. I will close nominations for vice president. Nominations for treasurer. I would nominate Gary Foyles.
Second.
Second.
Second
Third.
Who officially seconded that?
that. I did.
Okay.
I was second.
I heard two there. You all seemed excited.
So I will close nominations for treasurer. Hang on one second here. I will open up the floor for nominations for secretary. However, I want to make explanation for this. Secretary has traditionally been the executive director, but not required. It can be a board member. And I actually would propose that our secretary be Kevin Riley.
Second.
Whoa, no, it's, you have to read the job description.
Well, you don't get the choice to be nominated, my friend.
It's been seconded.
But actually, the secretary of the board is the one who signs the meeting minutes, and, I mean,
No, it's fine. There's some other duties that relate to it, especially in relation to borrowing money and other documents you file with the state or the county. And so, just a matter of availability is important.
Sure.
No problem.
up for that?
I'm up for it.
All right, great.
Do you have an office of deputy secretary?
We do not.
I imagine the day-to-day duties of the secretary will fall upon the office that was formerly the secretary.
Yes. All right. So are you suggesting we should? Because we could. I mean, there's no reason we can't have it.
The secretary can appoint a deputy secretary.
Okay, excellent. All right, so you've got some authority there.
Nice.
Look at
You came with power, didn't you?
Hey, Jimmy's staring at you.
All right, so I'll close the floor for nominations for secretary. I will open the floor for nominations for board appointments. Open the floor for nominations for executive director.
Nominate Allison Niemela.
All right. All right, so I will close that. I will open the floor for nominations for attorney.
Nominate Ansel Glink. Is it, did we nominate Ansel Glink?
A second.
Second, okay.
But tell Dirk we nominated someone else.
You know, I think it was Jim Rock was at the last meeting we did this. Go back and have some fun with that, Adam. All right, so I'll close the floor for nominations for attorney, and then I'll open up the floor for nominations for Fox Valley Special Rec Board of Directors. Now, do we need this anymore or no?
Actually, we only need one. We don't need two. So I apologize for that. And right now, I currently serve on the board of directors. I've been sworn in.
Nominate Allison Niemela.
Yeah,
That's easy.
it works out well.
Got a
It
second?
Need a
does.
second.
Very convenient.
Yeah. Got a second?
Second.
Okay, second. Very good. So I will close the floor for nominations for Fox Valley Special Rec. Plan Commission representative. Open the floor for nominations. Now, this one requires some extra effort, so John has graciously taken this position for the past couple of years, doing a great job at it.
I'd be happy to continue.
Would you?
Yeah.
All right.
No,
I'll second.
What's that?
You know, considering that they never meet.
You weren't supposed
They're
to.
gonna be here like 18 months, you've been to one meeting.
But I will tell you, when I was on the
You always
Plan
have to be on
Commission,
call, though. You never know when they are gonna meet.
Watch out.
I was on the Plan Commission during the heyday, and believe me, we met twice a month, and those meetings went till 10:30, 11 o'clock at night.
And they
So-
will when
They
we
will again.
resume Walgreens. So,
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
But the city of Batavia has been talking about possibly making the planning commission be staff only, so they are talking about, in this next year, making it internal instead of external, so I'm just letting you know in advance, that might
Yeah.
be something that
Yep.
happens that.
All right,
Good to go.
So I'll close the floor. Did we get it first?
Yeah, we have a second. Right.
Did we
Yeah,
get
I
a-
think I seconded
Yeah.
it.
You say, okay, so John Tillman for Plan Commission representative. And then the Batavia Parks Foundation. Open up the floor for nominations.
I'll nominate Tara Gray.
Second.
Now her eyes got wide.
Yeah.
Why don't we fill her in on what the job description is?
Gary?
Well, it's basically the liaison between the board and the Parks Foundation. Generally, they'll include you on the minutes for the meetings. You certainly can attend if you want to, but it's generally not required. Except when they've got something significant going on.
And they meet, what, once a month? Once a month, like we do, okay. So I got a first and a second? Did I get a second on that?
I seconded.
Okay, you did, okay, great. All right, so I will then close the floor for nominations for the Batavia Parks Foundation. Now, so the slate of candidates is as follows. President Pat Callahan, Vice President John Tillman, Treasurer Gary Foyle, Secretary Kevin Riley, Executive Director Elsa Niemela, Attorney Ansel Glink, Fox Valley Special Rec Board Elsa Niemela, Planning Commission Representative John Tillman, Parks Foundation Tara Gray.
We vote on that or just leave it as it
Well,
is since there's
you
no
know,
other?
traditionally, we have waited till the following month, but there's no reason we can't
We can just assign them
vote
since
on
there's
it this
only
evening
one.
since the slate has been.
Not unless you have an internal rule that requires you to wait.
No,
Oh,
we don't. So I entertain a motion to approve the board officers and appointments for, I guess it's fiscal year 13-14.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Tillman, second by Riley. No further discussion? Please call the roll.
Riley.
Aye.
Foils.
Aye.
Gray. Tillman.
Aye.
Callahan.
Aye, motion carries. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
And to you as well.
Thank you.
This is going to be funny.
All right, so the next item on the agenda is planning update.
The last meetings have been canceled, however, including tomorrow's. However, the updates on Walgreens, if you'd like.
Yeah, sure.
The reason they've been canceled is because there's been a lot of work being done behind the scenes by Batavia Enterprises to get ready to come back in front of the commission. And part of the problem is they did their core samples in that parking lot out there, and they found out the same problem that McDonald's did, that the whole building has to be built on piers. And it's a lot more expensive, and they're going through that whole process right now. And additionally, there is you correct me on this, a sluice way. It's a big drain.
Yeah, right.
Underneath.
Well, that's because the old river, the one finger of the river went right through there.
Right, right underneath the corner of that property.
Oh, wow.
That's the city owns, so they're still trying to work out all that. So until they get that all done, that's the only thing that's on the docket other than policy things that could always wait. So they'll probably keep canceling until Walgreens can come back.
Oh, interesting, okay.
Yeah, or Batavia Enterprises can come back, so. But that's the main update, and they were supposed to come back in front of the commission this week, but they're still working and stuff, so.
Yeah, that kind of stuff does take some time, so.
Yeah.
Okay, great, thanks for the update. Next item on the agenda is 18E, new policy discussion. So we have a first reading for the cash handling, petty cash, and investment policies for the administrative manual before you. So I would encourage the board to read through that. If you have any questions, concerns, email or call Rita so that we can get any incorporated changes in the policy, have it reviewed by council, and be able to take action on it next month.
The investment policy is part of a state statute, so we're really just making sure that we're in alignment
Sure.
with what the state regulates. The other two are policies that actually Rita and I have been working on that were generated from scratch.
Question. Rita, you said that you're going through an audit. Is this part of is the investment policy here, is that part of the audit procedure?
No, actually, the investment policy is just something that GFOA suggests everyone has, and the auditors as well. All that really is state statute changes all the time, and all this is doing is updating compared to what we had before. I mean, if the state statute changes in 2 months, I could be back here again and bring another change. So all it is it's 4 or 5 lines, it's just really quick changes. So nothing in essence is changing for what we do as a district, it's just to follow what they have.
Okay.
Great. Next item on the agenda is the approval of ordinance number 324, budget and appropriations. So we held the public hearing at 7 o'clock this evening. Is there any further discussion, comments you'd like to make to the board before we vote on this?
No, this was just the ordinance that basically legally needs to be done on an annual basis. I have to file this within the county within 30 days of today. And it's just the budget that was presented to you that you approved last month, with the appropriation being 10% higher than that, which is the legal authority that we have to spend within the district within the year.
Great.
Just one note, not with respect to the ordinance, but legislatively. There's a bill pending downstate that would expand the flexibility of the park district. Right now, if there's a new revenue source that fell from the sky, you couldn't spend it without going through the whole process of amending your budget and appropriation ordinance. The law would loosen that and allow you to adopt a supplemental appropriation that doesn't require a whole new hearing and publication requirement.
So what would be an example of?
If you got an OSLAD grant or some other grant, like for the Civil War reenactment, and that's not in the budget already, it was unanticipated, you could still approve a supplemental appropriation and spend that money without waiting for the next fiscal year to begin.
I see. Okay, great.
One more thing to add is Adam and I have been working on actually a supplemental appropriation for next month, because the quarry has overspent their legal expenditures because the quarry did so well this year. And we've been working together to bring that appropriation to you next month to make those changes, because by next month, the year end will be done. We'll have all the expenditures in, so you will see that coming up in June.
Okay, great. So that'll be part of our board packet for June.
Yes, it will be.
Okay, great. Okay. So I entertain a motion to approve ordinance number 324, budget and appropriations for fiscal year 13-14.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Foils, second by Tillman. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Riley?
Aye.
Foils?
Aye.
Gray? Tillman?
Aye.
Callahan?
Aye, motion carries. Okay, next item on the agenda is South River Street Trailhead.
Let's see, I need to.
Jim has visual aids.
I visualize.
You don't see that?
Slightly. These are just colorized versions of what was in your packet, large enough hopefully that they can be seen at home. As you remember, 5 or 6 years ago, we began the acquisition process of the 103 South River Street parcel. The home that was there was subsequently demolished, and the stated purpose for the acquisition was to establish a trailhead, a safe street level to Fox River Trail level access way that would take it out of the middle of the parking lot that is a half a block to the north. The official trail access runs down through the center of that parking lot. There was going to be a development, and hopefully at some point in time will actually happen in that parking lot, a parking deck or some sort of development of that nature. Upland Design has given us 2 concepts. We reviewed these at staff on Monday. That group chose concept A. However, I wanted to show you both anyway. The great element on this site is a very large 48-inch oak tree here and a smaller but yet still desirable oak tree at the bottom of the property. North is to our left. This is River Street at the north, and the river itself is at the at the bottom of this. I shouldn't say south. Both of them show us an access way from the sidewalk. This one is more at the corner. This one is on the southern portion of the property. There's 12 feet of fall from the sidewalk down to the trail level, so that's really across about 80 or 90 feet this way. Probably a little more than 100 actually, I think. So in order to make the pathway accessible at ADA standards without having to put in railings and slopes and ramps and all that, we need to use up that entire site and to put the curves in it, or in this case, the angles, in order to get ourselves down from the top to the bottom. Each one shows us a little seating area with the potential for a small information kiosk in that seating area. This would be concrete. The trail itself would be asphalt. I guess what we're asking, this is my introduction of this project. This is a CDP project that's in the budget for this year. We've talked about it at numerous meetings beforehand. I think you're pretty familiar with this. We're just trying to get a consensus as to which design concept you guys might favor. And then we will move this forward into our project matrix, and you'll hear about it in the next few months as we move forward on design and then our bidding process and construction.
I think my initial thought on it is there's going to be a lot of bikes going through that. And with the angled path, it may make it a little more difficult to
Right.
negotiate on a bicycle.
Yes.
It may slow bicycles down, I don't know, but, so that's why I kind of like the curves, yet I like the way the plaza is on this one where you're not kind of really running a bike right through it.
Yes. And there are elements that we can tweak
Yeah.
like that on either one of these.
So that's
You could,
my personal
yeah.
thought.
I'll go last.
I actually prefer the curved one. I just think aesthetically, the curves are going to look they're going to look nicer than the straight angles.
Yep.
So I prefer A.
I agree, I like the one that Eric likes.
There you go.
It's easier on maintenance, too. the actual maintaining of
It'll be a
it.
little easier
More
to carry.
cost effective to maintain the radius as opposed to running.
I like the curved one because I think it's easier to navigate as a cyclist. But I don't like the terminus teeing into the public walk because you're going from a wide walk to a very narrow public walk. And even that turn is a little hard to make on a bike and you're gonna end up killing the,
At the upper end, at the
Yeah.
sidewalk end?
yeah, that it almost would be better if this
Turned it.
if this came back, you know, and actually paralleled the walk for a little bit before it kind of dove in.
Okay.
Because you want to have.
Sketch on that if you want.
Really?
Sure.
Sketch.
Wow.
Wow.
I know.
If I had known, I would have actually
There you
made
go.
a
You get big
suggestion.
bucks for doing that.
And then actually you could have it.
We're getting some pro bono work out of Pat.
Would you flare it the other direction as well?
No, I wouldn't flare it this way because most of the people are probably going to be coming this way. So, I mean, if you wanted to do that, I suppose you could.
Just a tiny,
But then what you could do is have a longer linear
move that.
path here for the plantings and the seat bench.
There you go.
Thanks for the pro bono work.
And most of the traffic that actually will be accessing this comes from the north and goes down. We
Right.
seem to see that a lot. There's very few cyclists that come from the south at that point.
But if you've ever been on a bike and you're coming to a T intersection, making a turn right or left, you either come off one walk and
Yeah.
cut through the grass and you
Oh, yeah.
catch your front tire. I just think that's an accident waiting to happen, that if you kind of just make it a little softer around the edge, give a little
Okay.
more transition,
Perfect.
it'll work better.
Great.
And then what do you think about the plaza down
Gary's
there going
idea
through it?
about the.
Yeah, I think-
Driving right through.
Yeah, I like the plaza down below, I mean,
You like
'cause, you know,
riding a bike right through it?
well, I mean, to be quite frank with you, it's the low enough plantings, you'll be able to see if someone's there and stop on the path.
Yes, these are low shrub perennials and perennials, so they won't be tossed up.
And to make that turn, you're gonna have to slow down significantly, otherwise you're gonna end up on the street,
Yeah.
on Webster Street.
Yeah.
Coming down, so you end up in the rear.
Yeah. On both of them, there is a small link that now goes from the corner of Webster Street, where the parking lot actually starts, down to this, so we're gonna remove that and replace it with this new. We're gonna maintain that link, but we're just gonna improve it.
So will that just be grass on either side of the path, basically?
Yes,
Grass plantings, okay.
the original concept that we looked at had lots of plantings in this, and
I like it simple.
I do.
well, and we've always said that these lots were acquired so that we open up everything
space.
down to, so to fill them up with more stuff kind of defeats the whole purpose of what we've acquired them for.
Yeah,
So
I
we're
agree.
keeping it simple, keeping it open. The stuff that's here exists, those are all identified as existing plants. We're not putting that stuff in.
Right.
Upper and lower will be what we will be doing.
Do any trees have to come down? for
No,
these? Okay,
No,
Great.
good,
no.
awesome, thank you.
Great, thanks for your
Good.
feedback.
Thanks, guys.
Sure. So do we have a Fox Valley Special Rec update?
You know, we just passed their budget, so that was a huge undertaking.
Cool. All right. I would entertain a motion to enter into executive session to discuss pending litigation 2C11 and land acquisition 2C5 under the Illinois Open Meetings Act.
So moved.
Motion by Tillman, second by Gray. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Riley.
Aye.
Boyles.
Aye.
Gray. Tillman.
Aye.
Callahan.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you very much for joining us for this meeting this month. We do not expect any formal action to occur after our executive session, so we look forward to seeing you in June. Thank you.